My dear student, this is CA Uday Kumar, faculty for strategic cost management in CMA final level. Sir, the purpose of this video is before exam, the time available for the CMA final students is very less to prepare. Now, I am going to give a best strategy how to cover maximum syllabus within this less time. Without wasting any time, let's start. Now, entire strategic cost management, I am going to divide into two parts. One is strategic cost management quantitative techniques, which is useful for the decision making. I call it as OM part. And another is strategic cost management in decision making. I simply call it as advanced management accounting. Okay. Now, let us see. First, you have to give the first preference to the OM part, that is quantitative techniques. You have to give the first importance to the OM part. Why? Because this is a very scoring. Now, the MCQs, which is covered in a study material, ICMA study material, you have to cover all that MCQs and thereafter prepare assignment. First, you have to solve one problem in assignment chapter. That one problem will cover all the models. That one problem will cover all the models in that chapter. Okay. Now, along with that one problem, you have to practice one traveling salesman problem. There is one traveling salesman problem is there. They started at A and he will cover all the 5 cities and come back to the A. Which one is the minimum cost route? You have to find out that. That is the traveling salesman problem. And now, sir, these two problems is sufficient. Don't time waste on or don't try to solve all the problems in that chapter. And second one, sir, transportation. In transportation, you have to solve only one problem. That one problem, initial basic feasible solution plus Modi's optimality test. That one problem you have to, this initial basic feasible solution, you have to solve by using three methods: least cost, Vogel's approximation method, northwest corner plus Modi's optimality test. One problem. Now, sir, I am telling that you have to solve. Don't do the audit. One problem only. One problem. And the next third preference you have to give to the network analysis. Project management, nothing but. In network analysis, you have to practice the network diagram of all problems. Just a network diagram. Just a network diagram. Just each problem, it will take 1 to 2 minutes only to draw the network diagram. I am telling that to draw the network diagram. After that, you have to practice two problems. Not two problems, sorry, three problems. One is floats calculation and identification of critical path. Another is PERT problem. PERT problem is you have to find out the expected duration. How I will find out the expected duration? There is a one formula for expected duration is there. TP plus 4TM plus TO divided by 6. And also there is a one formula for variance calculation. TP minus TO divided by 6 whole square. You have to solve one problem from the area of PERT. After completion of these two, you have to solve another very important crashing. Sir, if already you know regarding this crashing, you have to practice. If you don't know about the crashing, plus better to leave it. Why? Because don't do any experiment before examination. Sir, you are comfortable in crashing, you have to solve. Okay. Sir, I felt very tough. I don't know about the crashing, sir, till now. Okay, don't do any experiment, just simply leave it. And I am telling that practice, don't do audit. You have to solve. Now, till now, I am telling that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 problems only. Now, in order to solve these 5 problems, at least 2 hours is sufficient. And thereafter, simulation. One of the important chapter. Now, in simulation, you have to practice 2 problems. One problem is from petrol bunk problem is there. Another is bakery problem is there. You have to practice the 2 problems. Petrol bunk problem. Petrol bunk problem means cumulative customer visits time. And another is bakery problem. You have to practice these 2 problems. That means the 2 problems will cover majority of all the areas. Now, after completion of simulation, you have to practice 2 problems in simulation. Learning curve. a learning curve, you have to practice two problems. One problem is without the formula, another is with the formula. You have to practice these two problems, with the formula, without formula. Don't forget. And the next one, game theory, which is a easy problem and easy chapter. Definitely there may be a chance for 2 plus 7 marks. 2 plus 7 marks. You have to try to solve one problem, only one problem from game theory that covers all the models. And also one problem that is, one problem is game theory. Now there is another method is also there in game theory. You have to practice that method also. Okay. Now that another dominance of principles of dominance, you have to practice that one also. After completion of game theory, directly you have to come to the very important chapter, demand forecasting model, business forecasting models. Now till now in business forecasting model they ask only the study material problems. Now all the problems in the study material you have to practice except multiple linear regression. Why? Because that it will take more lengthy time. Don't waste your time. Simply leave it that problem, multiple linear regression. You have to practice direct method and indirect method, and thereafter you have to go other methods which is in your study material only. Seasonal index problems, you have to practice that problems only. And after completion of that business forecasting, after completion of business forecasting models, there is a one chapter maxima minima. Actually this chapter is also in SPM. Now you have to practice this maxima minima. You don't have any choice, you don't have any chance to take this choice. Now the combination of examination, these two questions they will ask for 14 marks from these two chapters. Now along with these along these 8 chapters, now you have to read the MCQs of the study material and also the theory questions which is given from the 9th chapter. There is a data analytic tools, there is a one chapter is there. The questions which is given in the MQP, you have to study that problems, and you have to study that theory questions also. And after completion of this, then come to the AMA part. You have to give the more importance to the small chapters. What are the small chapter? Throughput accounting. There is a very small problems are there, very less problems are in our material. Just in time, life cycle costing. Now majority of the times in examination, life cycle costing and learning curve, they will combine and ask the problem. Learning curve, I mean life cycle costing, and thereafter TQM, AB costing, very important. You have to practice one problem from AB costing and target costing. After completion of all these small chapters, then come back to the large chapters. Now you have to give the first importance to the large chapter is, means very important and large chapters. You have to give the first preference to the standard costing. After completion of standard costing, now sir, I am telling that you have to practice one comprehensive problem, only one problem, comprehensive in nature. That problem will be comprehensive in nature. In masterminds material we have a lot of problems are there in comprehensive nature. You have to practice one problem. Now comprehensive nature means that problem will cover all the variances: material variance, labor variances, variable overhead variance, fixed overhead variance, and sales variance, and also reconciliation also. I'm telling that don't do audit. You have to practice. You have to practice one problem. You have to practice it. Now, after completion of standard costing, you have to come back to the transfer pricing. Transfer pricing is now, which is very easy. Now, in our material, before starting the transfer pricing, I gave the 8 to 9 case studies are there regarding the transfer pricing. Please see that cases before starting the transfer price preparation. And the last preference you have to give to the decision involving various alternatives, nothing but the, I call it as a marginal costing. Now, which is the last you have to give the least preference to this chapter. Why? Because this, even though if you prepare 100 problems in examination, there will be a chance for given the 1 or 2 problem in the exam. And there is a, I forgot one very important chapter. In all these small chapters, there is a very important chapter is there, relevant costing. This time there may be a chance for problem from relevant costing. My dear students, please give the importance to the relevant costing. Just my expectations only, but I don't tell that it is exactly. Okay. Now you have to give the most importance to the small chapters and OM. After completion of this two, after completion of revision of this two, then come back to the standard costing and come back to the transfer pricing, and finally you will give the preference to the marginal costing. Now this is the exact strategy you have to follow. All the best, my dear students. We will meet after exam.